Double G's nuts. You guys can't hear the homies in the background, but they are prepared. We're getting set up. We're waiting on Ilala to join in on our stream together and on our board, and we'll be ready to rock. But did I see a birthday in chat? What the crap? That's a birthday! Oh my god! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you! To you! To you! And he said, how old are you now? I said, how old are you now? Well, you say that it's your birthday, so how old are you now? Happy birthday to you. Yeah, cutie, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, boy, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. To you. To you. To you. Happy birthday. And welcome first-time chatters to D! Mods, if you are present, mod check, mod check, mod check. D will not have visibility on mod chat for just a smidge while I pay attention to the homies in the collab. If you need to reach me, please put it in the chat. Congratulations, Bowick! You are a proud 28, meaning that you are now seasoned and classy and all the good stuff. Gods sees them. No. Welcome first-time chatters to D. We're gonna be doing some cozy chill art, but you know the lovely beans we're collabing with will make it a beautiful fun time of chaos. Hi D. Hi Targorg, welcome to D. Also hi Liquiside. Hi, wait, Kiara and Sali, I love your name. Welcome to D. Hi my little sister, welcome Fee. Let me get a shout out for the bun Fee. Hello Fee. Welcome my little sister. I hope you're having a good day at work. Hi Lex QP. Welcome to D. Hi Henry. Welcome. Hi Elite Joe. Hello Virgiron. Bowick. Again, happiest of birthdays to you. I hope you're gonna go and celebrate. Hi Scruffy. Hi Masterbot 9000. What? 9000. Hi Jilligan! And congratulations on being first! And hi Shy Guy! Welcome to D! And congratulations, you made it to second. Let's go. Hi Diverge! Hi Tarn Clark! Hi Desert Crawler! Welcome to D! Hey City's nuts! Hi Lonies! Welcome to D! And I hope you guys have fun doing art with us today. Mods are the guards, correct. In the fiefdom, call the gods to do away with these rapscallions. I'm gonna go and talk to the homies real quick, and we'll be starting in just a minute. welcome to the art studio of today. Dee is joined by the lovely homies, and we're going to do art. From left to right, this adorable round bean in my lap is Marigato.
Yum, 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 yum. I'm a cat. I cannot speak English. Yum, yum, yum.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna translate. The mustache is new, but it's also the most important thing. It contains the power.
It's for art.
It's true.
You know?
It's got all the art power, yeah.
I can't get over how beautifully round this model is. I'm just, my heart, I can't. Oh, it's so cute and it's so round. I'm gonna move your guys' TTS up in the corner. No chat on screen, so we see the homies. Very round, very round. Everybody agrees, beautiful and round. So cute.
The body is round.
The body is round. Tamari's right is my favorite kitsune on the internet, Isla Ann.
Hello. In me.
We're blessed by the squishlet. Oh no, I left clicked. I'm so sorry. Can you guys left click? I forgot to right click. That's my bad. No! I'm sorry. It's of Marigato. I'm so sorry.
Back.
All right, Fran, your turn. You gotta do the click. Otherwise, my tails are gonna be all up in your face the entire time.
I'm so sorry. It's my bad.
There we
I
go.
left clicked. Isla, we are saying hello to the beautiful Squishla that has graced us with her presence this day. Hail be the Squishla, round and lovely. Beware of the gems; they are not to be imbibed.
Do not eat. They are rocks. Do not eat.
And then
So crunchy.
No, do not eat. Do not eat. Look, I know you are so strong. No. Listen. I know you're very strong, and like you could probably crush many things between your mousse glaze, but like you don't do it. Just don't do it, okay? Just don't do it.
Jawbreakers.
to the right of
My teeth
Isla
broken.
is our lovely Ghost in the Machine, Franjandar.
Ow.
Hello, beautiful. Welcome to art class. Isn't
I'm
it
gonna learn
nice?
so much.
You're gonna get some knowledges in your nogginses. I need to copy a thing, and this is gonna be art. I lost my what's it called? I lost my hotkey for moving into my art position. There we go, and I don't want to lose it in case chaos ensues. And then, to Fran's right, is the one, the only, our favorite Leem, also the Zord, it's Kai!
I'm here against my will.
No!
I'm being blackmailed.
Kidnapped. Or catnapped.
Lean napped.
Leem napped, no!
This Leem does need to nap, though. We heard this before the stream.
Hopefully this won't take you too long. I have found an adorable tutorial for us to all enjoy today, creating a snowy landscape, and it's got a place for us to put a cute little what's it called? A cute little like cabin in the woods. We're going to be starting this out very simply, and the tutorial itself is not very long. It gives us a lot of space to get creative with. So, we are going to be doing
I'm not creative.
a snowy landscape.
Oh,
Shut up, we know you are!
I left my creative at home.
Okay, well, I will then cue you to be creative. How about that? You want to squish the round? Look at Mari.
Oh.
Gaze upon Mari. Gaze.
Hear me
Here,
out.
wait.
Can I eat Mari's mustache though?
Look. Look
Mari,
at that,
you
Mari.
might have to run. They're very hungry for some reason.
Look at that, Mari.
My cheese was not enough. My shredded cheese did not fill the lean hole.
Mari's so beautifully
The Leem hole.
The lean hole?
Please tell us more about the Leem hole.
It fits two raccoons in it.
2 whole raccoons
Whole raccoons
in the Leam hole.
Are they? No, hold on.
Right
Are
up
they
in the
fighting
lean.
or are they cooperating? That's
They're
the real
gaying
question.
each other.
You guys are adorable.
Oh my lord.
I'm so happy that
Oh.
you guys were all super chill with the idea of doing a collab.
What?
I love this so much. You have no idea.
Let's go.
Is it because of the raccoons? Do you want them to be here?
Yes, it is the raccoons. It's
I
always
love when they
has
summon
been.
the raccoons.
It always has been the raccoons.
Oh god!
And now you know.
I can't.
So to
Can't get 'em out.
begin our
Unbelievable.
lovely little art piece, those of you who are new, we are using a combination tool called Magma or Magma Studio. You can go to magma.com. This is not sponsored in any way, but you can create a free account and you can do joint artboards with your friends or use it for you and your chat to enjoy too. And another cool thing is if you green screen it, you can then put it on your model in OBS and have them draw on you. All right.
Oh.
Let's Venus. Welcoming. Oh yeah, you could sleep during class. It's cozy hours, so if you wanted to, you could sleep.
Oh snap! Okay.
You could. You absolutely
You're
could.
my favorite professor.
Hold on.
I am here for you to enjoy the vibes and the loveliness that is art class. And we're going to be doing some like masking of the layers as much as we can to help smooth out the process. So the first thing I want you guys to do is on your canvases, if you don't have it assigned to you already, you should be assigned a canvas, and I'd like you to fill the center of it with white. We're going to fill the center of it with white to make sure that you can fill it. The fill tool is this little bucket with a droplet off to the side of the canvas.
Well, I knew this was gonna
Yep.
happen.
So you're going to have to select your canvas or the layer above, and you can either use the square or rectangle tool to draw in a rectangle, or you can select it with the selection tool. This is also M is the hotkey. That's M for Mike is the hotkey. To draw in a box, because we're going to be working on top of that box in masked layers. The reason we're going to do those masked layers is it's going to make sure that we don't go outside the box or do what we just saw, where we flood the whole canvas with chaos.
Sorry.
Goes into the
That's right, the square
hole.
tool. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Guy's already asleep.
Good, enjoy, be cozy. Let's see, where is my dropper? So the first thing...
I hardly know her.
Dropper, I hardly know her. The first thing we're going to be doing is we're actually going to take our canvas and we are going to cover it in a super light gray. You can use the dropper tool to copy the colors that I'm going to be using. I'm using this very light gray color to start us out. We're doing a snowy scape. We're gonna escape to a
Oh, man.
snowy world today.
There's a
Oh.
hole
Hi
in my
Ross Fox,
square.
welcome to D. Ross says hi to Kai.
What's up, Ross?
How's it
smell.
going? You smell?
No hesitation.
You've been told you smelled. How do you feel
That's
about
my
that?
meme. That's how we share love between each other. That's that between each other. I don't know how to English.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. I'm selecting my little canvas layer to make sure that I'm not drawing outside of it. And what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to take a brush, the B tool, and I'm going to make it kind of a large brush so I can cover a big area. So I'm going to make it like, I don't know, like 100 pixels. And what I'm going to do here is we're going to draw some small islands because our... What is it called? Oh, I need stabilizer. Stabilize me. Stabilize
Can I
me.
get that for my life?
Oh my god. Please. That's too much. Oh, my lines are too steep. But you can grab the color that I'm using from here. It doesn't have to be this dark. You can choose to make it lighter if you want. Oh, my drawing pad isn't working. We're going with the mouse.
Can you
100%
tell us
mouse.
what, like contextual, what are we drawing?
Yeah, well, we are going to be drawing. This is going to be a snowy landscape, and it's on
Well,
a
this thing
waterfront.
specifically, these lines.
These lines are going to be islands that are going to live out in the ether of your landscape,
So they're like rocky?
and
So
they're
is this-
they're
is
going to
this
be
like-
smooth because these are like grassy islands. So let me show
Grass.
you a few of them. We're going to draw them in several different types of gray. And let me make this, I need to make it a little smaller.
Is
There's
this like
also
foreground or way in the background?
You will get the gist of it as soon as I draw in the other missing pieces. So the first things that we're going to be drawing are the islands, and these islands themselves are also framing a little like waterway. Oh my goodness, it's like freezing and not letting me draw. So we have one that will be up on the top, and the majority of what we're drawing is still background. I need to feather out the end of this. This tool does not allow me as much freedom as I would like, but we're still out here trying to do our best. The tip of this, you want it to be like tiny, but I'm struggling because of the limitations of the tools. So we've got a dark one in the foreground. We've got sort of a medium gray right here. And we're going to do an even lighter gray behind this one. Okay? I'm trying to give this like a point so that it comes out, and it's supposed to feather its way out there because there's water right here is what's going to happen. And then we're going to go to an even lighter gray, but it's still dark enough to make a difference. Making a difference with you. And I'm going to bring it over here. Yep, that's good enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. Happy little trees, but snowy landscape that's going to start us out.
What?
With I'm
grays.
No, you gotta be quiet so the teacher doesn't hear us.
What are you even doing?
Do you think, man, we should really get our teacher to go professional. Have you heard her sing? This is so good.
Right? Why does it hard?
Goops.
Wait, this is college? I thought this was elementary.
It's elementary, my dear Watson.
All right, and let me fill that in so it'll be easier for you to copy. There we go. Trying to copy and fill her in. But this tool is not my friend today.
Get her down.
Get her
I
done.
hardly know her.
I hardly know
You
her.
have heartburn like crazy. I have heartburn like crazy.
You can absolutely make these nicer. Oh, we're going to actually be going over these in darker colors. It's not going to stay gray. This is only the beginning. All right? The next part of this, and I know this is looking kind of wonk right now, but you're going to have 3 of these gray lumps on the board. This is the real classroom experience. Facts. Part of the foreground, I want you to draw like a dock. And we're going to draw the shadowy shell of a dock on the water by...
Ooh, hang on.
Oh, shit.
By creating just the shapes of like the... What's it called? Like the wooden posts that you would have for the dock. You'll have one wooden post off to the side. You can have...
Oh, that was way too big.
Another one that lives somewhere out here to the left of the post that you drew. And I'm making them slightly triangular on mine just because the lines are easier to do triangular with this specific setup for me. But you can round them out. Your posts can be shaped however you want them to be. To make the dock look more, well, dock-like, you are going to go off on an angle, and we're going to draw kind of a rectangular shape living out here in the water. Mine's going to be very boxy, but you can feel free to add more or less dimension to yours. And we're going to come back towards... No, that's fine, that's fine.
Do we have a magic select?
Yes,
Magic wand?
for like selecting specific spaces? I don't know if there's a tool equivalent to that on Aggie or on Maggie. Sorry, I forgot that they changed their name. But I know you can use like the rope tools. It's a very, very simple art program. Okay.
Oh boy.
I know. No select. We're bare bones. And what I'm doing right here is I'm drawing a triangle because I'm going to take this dock and I'm just going to fill it in. So I want you to note the shape I made. I made kind of a box, but I cut out a chunk of it because it's partially submerged in water in my world. You can make your dock look more or less like this. You can also do what Kai was doing and erase the edges to make it a little smoother and to add more to it.
Edges.
And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill her in, leaving that little triangle open. It's supposed to make it look like it's slightly submerged underwater. Is this class an A or a D in the passing grade? D for diploma. Squishla is always cute. Isla is fierce.
What?
That is correct.
Yeah, yes, accurate.
Yeah.
I'm very fierce.
Yep, very. And then
Fiercely edible.
because this is all in water, because it is all submerged, there's the important aspect, or it's at least partially submerged. The important aspect of our little dock that we're drawing here is that it's got legs to support it underwater. Your man's got legs, so we're going to draw just like the squiggly shape of them off to the side. It's like a little squiggle that comes down into the water. So up to this point, you should have a squiggle of a dock, a little square or rectangular kind of shape, and you should have 3 lumps in your landscape. That is right now pretty gray. It's not as pretty as it could be, but we're going to fix that. We're going to start adding to it.
What's with this gray slander?
I know.
This is my heart and my soul, and this is how I
Heck.
feel on
I
a
love
regular
gray.
basis.
I now need...
Very important.
We're going to take this brush tool and we're going to make it super soft. On the brush settings in the right menu, under my brushes, you can actually click on making it a softer brush so that it'll like airbrush over stuff. And we're going to make it real big and we're going to select bright white. Reason being is we're going to come in the back of your top left mountain. Well, hang on. That's right. We're gonna do the trees first. This guy
I've been doing
couldn't make
everything
up
on
his...
the same layer. Is this the correct?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing everything on one layer.
Okay.
Up till now, everything on one layer. Like, if you want to do this to separate them into different layers, we can separate the mounds into layers. I wish there was a magic select tool. Is there a magic select tool? Hang on. I'm looking. I'm seeking. I don't think so. But we'll be able to fill
I couldn't
everything
see
into the
any.
colors. The important part was ensuring that we have identified the mounds. And then we're going to come back and we're going to play around in the background. The mounds. The mounds. Hang on, I'm looking ahead a few steps. Hi, welcome to D! 90% sure your whispers are working? Yes, they should work. Unless you don't want them to work. Then get them a different job.
Damn.
Alright, I need to make
Ruthlessly.
sure that these are gonna be correct. Alright, we're going to play around with filling in different parts of our canvases. So, the next part I would recommend putting on a new... No, we can do the snow on a new layer. Technically, if you want to do this all on different layers, you can. You don't have to, but you can. I have to find... He hides some of his layers in these tutorials, so it's difficult to find where the heck he put them. Alright. We're going to be taking... we're going to make some trees, and then we're going to hide them, and we're going to come back to them. So
Yeah,
this one...
Are they happy trees?
These
happy
are
trees?
winter trees, so they've lost all their leaves, but they're still happy about it.
Okay.
We're going to be making
They're like
new layers.
comfy cozy.
I'm gonna call mine D tree. And in my D tree layer, I'm going to be taking sort of like a brown, red, gray color almost. And you'll be able to copy it from my canvas. I am going to, not with the soft brush, we're going to go back to ink because the tutorial changed its mind like 5 times. Mans couldn't decide what he wanted to do with this tutorial. And we're gonna make some trees on the medium gray island, okay? I'm gonna put like a tree somewhere over here that like it's got branches and it's leaning out into the water or towards the water.
Mhm.
It's just on an angle. Man's is angled. So I've just got a little lump right here. I'm gonna make my brush smaller so that I can draw little sprigs at its base. And I can make it look a little bit more angular. Or make some of its branches. Ooh. That was not what I wanted to do at all. My little mouse is frozen and I'm waiting for it to unfreeze.
Oh,
I just
you're
got an
doing a big
achievement.
thing.
Yep.
150 brush strokes. Let's go.
150 brush strokes?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Where are we going?
Where are we
going
going? We're going somewhere fun. That's where we're going. All right. I'm going to
Jeez.
erase some of this tree because it's too thick. Boy, he's thick.
I don't know. I
Look
think
at him.
I think he's charming. You should let him be thick.
I'm gonna
Let
erase.
Let the
some,
thickness ride.
No!
Let him ride.
I'm gonna erase some
Okay.
of these chunks.
Prison.
He too thick. Too thick.
You think?
Never too thick.
He's too thick for a tree. There we
Never
go.
Too thick.
Too thick.
Nuh-uh.
It happened right here. You are witnessing it being too thick. It's too thick. Look at this. This tree. I need to scraggle him out a little bit more. Oh, the scraggle. Hi, welcome to D. Have a good day at work.
Fran, you doing good there?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm going on my own rhythm.
Yes.
I'm going on my own
You
journey.
don't have to do exactly what I'm doing.
Okay.
You are allowed to get creative and just have fun with it. I need to get rid of some of these
Fran,
Trees
scraggles.
have
Fran is-
spoken to me.
They are
Fran-
allowed to
Fran
speak.
is blocking her work. She's trying to keep us from copying.
Secrets.
Mhm.
Yep.
Secret.
Afraid of people.
Miss Teacher,
Hi.
Isla tried to copy my
Oh,
work.
no.
Isla,
no.
this is supposed to be a
Busted.
singular work effort. You're supposed to do this on your own.
ma'am.
Busted.
Little tails are
I'll-
also kind
I'll
of
be
bad.
good.
though.
So I am struggling with my tree. I just need it to take on a shape. Doesn't have to be perfect. It can be a little scrunkly. We're gonna cover these up a bit later. So I have one tree over there. We're gonna add a few more trees off to the left on this little hill. I'm gonna draw one that's maybe a little smaller so that it looks like it's off in the distance, kind of. And I'll probably just fill in my trees. Okay. Make it a little scrunkly, a little scrankly. Thank you for the boop. Just drawing them out in the hill, somewhere hanging out, enjoying life. You can add little triangular sprigs if you want to, where there's little shoots of trees or plants trying to come up out of the snow. And they're all just going to be little brown shapes along this medium hill. It's little wee art time, correct. That's what we're doing, a woo. We got widow art time.
Widowy?
Widowy. In case you wouldn't know, it's widowy art time right now. I wish
Why
I
now?
could get fill the rest? What does fill rest do? Oh god, I turned it all brown. That's not what I wanted. Fill. Yes.
How many trees do we want?
You want a few. You want a good
Search
few.
your soul. How many do you want?
All of them. Every tree.
Wow, profound.
I know.
I'm trying to fill this tree. Sometimes my art pad
Fill that
works.
tree with leaves
Other
and
times it
let
does not.
grow
Hang on.
forevermore.
Oh my god. The hard part about hosting the board is that it's going to freeze on me. And I have to wait till it figures out what it wants to do in life before I can undo things.
I don't know yet.
Same.
There we go. Okay. I'm just gonna click here. Nope, didn't work. I'm gonna click here now. There we go. Please fill
Hello,
this.
chat.
There we
Welcome.
go. And then I'm gonna draw another tree. This one, I'm gonna make this one a little special. I'm gonna take this tree and I am going to get a little crazy with it. I'm gonna make a little pine tree here on this stick. And then,
Oh wow, Dee, you have some silver-tongued chatters in your
is the
chat right
category
there.
art
Look
because you're
at
doing art
that.
because you're a
Wow.
masterpiece?
Dang.
Steve, thank you. Look at that. Rizzler in chat. Is that how you call it? A Rizzler? Dost thou wish to be referred to as a Rizzler? I got called
Ist thou rizzing?
that yesterday and I was so confused. Someone jumped into chat and said, level 1, 2, or 3 GAT! And I didn't know that was a question. They were apparently asking me what level my GAT was, and I didn't know what this meant.
It's a level 10 yacht,
I
honestly.
didn't know, but it only goes up to 7. I learned
Well,
that
that's
level
how
7
good
is
your
the highest
GAT
GAT is.
Okay, so
your
as somebody who
Welcome
has
to
no idea
Dean.
what that
Thanks for
means,
stopping
can you
by.
explain?
Ass.
Booty,
So
booty,
yacht
booty, 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 rocking
is
everywhere.
is for short.
mixed
short for
version
God
of
damn.
damn, which you exclaim when one has a rotund butt and thou
Le
cannot
booty.
lie.
Oh, okay.
She's a cutie with a booty and she got a nice
And
GAT, apparently.
A brother cannot deny when a girl walks in
With an itty bitty waist,
and a round thing in your face.
he
you
done
get
get sprung. Gonna pull up quick.
So
He
wait,
noticed
so if
that
you have
butt
like
was
one of
stuck.
those giant round like squishmallow plushes, like
One might proclaim yacht,
Thou dost proclaim
okay.
GAT.
mayhaps even.
Mayhaps.
What do you mean scuff? It's not scuff. This is facts. You're just jealous that you didn't know these things until now.
Just jealous you don't have as much of a yacht.
You can't think
as
of any more
me.
pickup lines? All you can think of is, aw, snap, look at that. We appreciate it. We also love dad jokes here, and if you stick around long enough, that'll become apparent. Take care, Sheet Sheep. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. The
Catch you later.
GAT, dang my lord, thou dost have a level 7 GAT. Can you tell this to people in normal
so
conversations?
The different levels. Those of you who understand this, is it like based on?
Oh my god, that's too squinkly.
Is there like a strict like measuring system, or is it just like based on a curve, considering who else is all around, right? Based on a curve.
You'll
See
feel
what I
it
did
in
there?
your soul.
You'll feel it in your GAT.
I see what you did. I see what you did. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Can you feel it in your GAT?
I wish I could.
tonight?
Can you feel it now, Mr. Krabs?
Can you feel it now, Mr. Krabs?
I just want to make this little stick right here. My trees are looking a little honk. You can make yours look less honk than mine.
Can we though?
You can if you really want to.
Some of us might.
You
I'm
can also
trying.
add like little lumps coming out of the ground. Like it's winter. There's all kinds of things buried in the snow. Who knows what lives out here?
I made a stump.
Me.
That's a cute stump.
You live out here?
Yeah,
Nice.
that's my house right there.
Whoa.
We're about to make the house. We're making the
Yeah,
house
those-
in like 3 steps.
Telling you.
All right. I'm going to take this long stick I made in the middle, and I am going to turn it into a pseudo pine tree by taking kind of a thick brush. And I'm going to make little swoopy lines if my canvas will cooperate with me. The goal for this tree is to just use the brush to make the shape of the leaves. So
Use the
I'm making
brush,
these
Anakin.
little... Notice how I made like a triangle? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep doing that over and over and over again, and layer out the leaves of this tree. So I am doing these bigger at the base, and I'm just going to keep making these little swoopy lines outwards along the tree, and then I'll get a bigger brush to do more at the bottom. But they can be uneven, they don't have to be perfect, they can be wonk. You can have more of these little lumps out on the side, you can have less. Some of the chunks can be bigger, some can be smaller. And we just gonna create a tree. Cause one of these is gonna be our pine trees. We're also going to bring some of these pine trees into the foreground. Now, if you don't want to have to draw out this tree, you can use a tree stamp from the Magma IO. There are tree stamps available. Not one, not two, but three.
3 of them. Oh.
Hi, Dad Vods.
That's so many.
Welcome. Welcome to art class. I hope you're having a good day. You want to cuddle round Mari? Yes, you do. That's a
I'm
gimme.
so sorry. I had
Hi, Saki
to
Goat, welcome.
depart
Yeah.
for a second.
Oh,
My
okay.
dog learned this was a mistake on my part. I trained
Thanks
her
for the follow.
that she could jump into my arms.
Yeah.
And it called it up. And she's a very smart dog, and she figured out that she can open doors with it.
Oh, no.
So she just opened my door and demanded to get in after her walkies.
So she's just like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, I saw
Let
that
me
you weren't
in,
paying attention to me for
please.
like 5 minutes. How dare.
You're streaming not on my watch.
Not now, peons.
All right. Sometimes
Ayla,
my
I'm gonna
board
steal
works.
your idea with the background.
Sometimes it
Yeah.
doesn't. I'm really struggling to draw because it's lagging every 5 seconds for me. So
I might have too many layers. I might have to squish some of
yeah,
these together.
you want to keep
Let me-
7 or less if possible.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have 5. Let me
Okay.
combine a couple of them. How to
All right, the tree is good
I-
enough for my educational
merge
purposes.
down.
We're also going to be making some trees in the foreground. So foreground trees for this are going to be quite a bit darker. Hang on, I'm waiting for the program to catch up because it's lagging like nobody's business for me. Oop, there we go. And just to speed things along, I am going to grab a tree stamp, if it will let me grab a tree stamp. I just have to find
Tell us where the stamps are.
where the foliage is. Here, wait. Where are the tree stamps? I know there's a tree stamp in here. Is it not in the tree tool or the brush tool? Maybe it's in the pencil tool? No. Brush. Where did I put
Maybe
it?
in the shape tool.
Maybe in
Oh,
the
yeah.
stamp.
Brush tip. No. I know that they have one. I just have to
Might be in the
find.
stamps.
Is it in stamps?
go.
Where are the
Go in shape.
stamps?
It's a little star.
Oh, it is the shape.
Yeah.
You are correct. Thank you so much. Hi, welcome to D French Muffin, and thank you for the headband. Also, hi, Alexander. Welcome to D. Hi, Wellum. Welcome to D. I'm gonna search for that dang tree stamp.
Oh. Oh.
Found it, but do they have like a piney tree?
Where did it go? It
They
is
don't
a
have it.
mystery.
I'm gonna grab this tree, and I'm gonna pray that
Like,
it does what I need it to do. Come on. It does not appear to be doing anything. So either it is confused or lagging. One of these things is happening. You're lunching? Hi, welcome to D Tasty. I hope you're having a good D. We're doing art class, but D is struggling.
We should drink some water.
Thank you, I will hydrate. I appreciate that. Take some time. Enjoy your trees. We're going to be adding to this. I can't get the stamp to work, so I'm giving up on it.
it might look like it's not working for me. I just like select a thing and then you draw on the canvas as if
I
as if pulling a,
was.
a
Oh,
square.
Okay, I see. It's upside down in a weird way. I'm like,
Yeah.
can I get this tree to work? It's not triangular enough. No. All right, going back to the brush. I'm gonna make it big. I'm gonna make it chunky because we're gonna have a couple of trees here. So I'm gonna put one big tree in my foreground, and I'm gonna make it go off the canvas. Is what I'm doing. I'm making it triangular here. I will fill this in then, and I'm gonna like cut out chunks of it. That black might actually be too black for our purposes. Yeah. Oop, now I made it too light. Here we go. Happy medium. Lovely. And then I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with that tree in the background, and I am going to add layers to it to make it pine tree. I do see the message. I see the message on the canvas. We will enjoy our trees. Brownies, yes. And this, all the trees stuff right now, is on. A different layer. All the tree stuff is on a different layer because we're gonna be adding on top of the trees.
I merged.
It is.
You merged? Yep.
Oh.
All of your
Okay.
trees are on one layer. We're gonna add layers on top of them to do like snow effects and things like that. If you saw what I did, I
see.
just took an erasing tool to cut out a chunk of the base of this tree. I'm gonna go somewhere above my canvas and I'm gonna start making these
That's how you add a layer.
lines.
Oh my god. I was looking
Yum.
at transfer down layer the entire time as adding a layer. I feel so stupid.
Ah. So now for this tree,
this is a new
Yup.
new thing. You're learning a new program.
You are learning
This
a new
takes a lot
program.
to get used to. It's okay. Not knowing where a thing is does not mean not smart. You're very smart.
Willing to
You're very
learn.
smart. You're doing great. I'm making this
Are we
one
pining in the
kind of
front?
bushy, kind of wonk, and I'm adding spaces in the tree so that I can really add chunks of snow that are gonna poke out between the layers of the tree. Here, there, and everywhere. If I can get my lines to work. So understand, I'm very limited with the tools right now because I have to be careful. It will lag and it will freeze on me every few moments. So otherwise I would be making this look a little bit prettier, a little nicer. My students do not have that limitation, so you guys can make it look way fancier.
Our teacher sacrifices so much for our
if
education.
you want.
She's
Yeah, I'm doing my best. I would speed up and make this a lot prettier, but we are limited by technology this day.
we gotta put our teacher in for the teacher Oscars.
The teacher Oscars.
Yeah,
I heard only the best teachers get to go there.
I think
The
ours
last
qualify.
thing
Oh,
I'm going to be
paying
doing
attention.
is I'm going to add a tree that lives off my canvas. I'm just going to do a really close tree. Okay? This tree is going to be very, very close to the camera. So I'm going to fill it in. Fill in the tree. And then this one's going to just come and be very close, so all the branches are super big, very chunky, and in your face. We might even have some that cover our other tree over there. And we just have to remember the boundaries of the trees that we drew. Knowing which tree is where. You can make this super foreground tree even darker, because we did not use true black for this. But you don't have to. You can leave them the same. We're going to identify them with snow clumps later, okay? So I've just got these shapes of trees. You can make them so much prettier if you want to. So now on your landscape, we've got 3 lumps and our background of pseudo water and 3 mounds and a dock in the background. And we have a foreground layer of trees. I have only used 2 layers up to this point. The next part is we are going to go and we are going to be we're going to go and we're going to add in our snow, and we're going to add in snow, and we're going to add in coloration to give it some love and texture and affection. Hang on. We're going to be recoloring our sky in the background. I have to make sure that I have the right tools for this. Okay, I do. All right, so what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to do, we're actually going to take a we're gonna go to our background. Going to your background, we're gonna take a dark blue, and we're going to fill in our lowest, most lump with this dark blue color. Hang on, I wanna make sure I'm actually grabbing the right color, so I'm gonna open a better art program so that I can use a dropper tool and grab the exact color from their canvas, because they're not making it easy for me to find. So I can get the hex code from it. That's all I want. I just want the hex
Stealing their
code.
datas.
Alright, let me get that hex code. There we
What are
go.
we doing? Sorry, I was very busy treeing. What are we doing now?
On your
Snow?
background layer, we're going to go to, here, let me select my canvas so I'm not drawing outside of it. We're going to go on the background layer to your forward lump. If you want, this would be the time to break the lumps out. Ah! Sorry, everything just froze. To break the lumps out into their own layers. So I'm gonna make a new layer. Come on, why isn't it? Oh my god. Okay, that's not my layer then. I'm going to make a new layer on top of my background layer. Where is my layer? Okay, this is going to be D lumps.
Hold on.
My lovely tree lumps. And I'm going
I
to...
love saying zoom.
Sorry. Freak out. Okay, I'm back.
It's okay. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take this new dark blue color and I'm gonna go over my mounds in the background. Hang on. I'm trying to get it to work, but it's very slow for me. I need higher processing power. One day, Dee will get a better computer and be able to do this more completely. I don't feel like this is the correct color. It
not
says
sure
that
if
this hex code is right, but I don't think this is actually the right color. Oh no! Ah, the lag. The lag! The lag! Give it a moment. The board is trying to reload its life. Alright, let me screen color capture again.
I think I'm going to horror-y on the
It
tree.
says that this is the correct color. So, okay. And
I
it
also
looks
have, like,
correct in my
big
art
forest
program.
vibe.
And if I go here... Oh, now it changed the color. Yeah, that was the wrong color.
Howdy.
It needs to be this color. Bam. More of a greenish blue. Okay? More of a greenish blue here. And then I'm going to, on this lump layer, I'm going to go over my medium lump with another blue color. This blue color is going to be... Let me grab it. Okay. And make sure I'm using the correct... Oh my god, stop. Oh! Canvas, please work.
Panic is happening.
It's just because the canvas is freaking out. It's just lagging so badly. That is the major downside of
I'm gonna
this
merge
tool.
a few things.
and I'm gonna try to keep instructing, but I am moving very slowly while I wait for the board to catch up. I'm so sorry, you guys.
You're doing great. You're doing great. It's okay.
Thank you for
Art,
that.
art takes time. Just yeah, you know.
I can't
patience.
instruct
It's
when I
okay.
can't click on the board.
We're all
does
just
make
doing
it
our
very
thing.
difficult,
We're all
yeah.
working on previous steps that we sucked
I'm all working
at,
on
so-
trees.
Yeah, we're good.
We just
We're good. We're doing good. You're doing good, D. It's okay.
As
It's good.
long as you guys aren't lost in the sauce, then we are good.
we love
Still
But
you.
the
fighting
moment
with
you
the
get
trees.
lost in the sauce, I've failed you. And I don't deserve your pity.
Can someone do the
I'm
thing
just gonna
where
draw
we
like
touch
this.
each-
There we go.
Say
Alright.
that
Someone
again, Marty?
shush the silly.
I'm waiting for my board to recognize that I'm still clicking down on it so that I can now color in. Oh, that color's wrong.
D, quick question.
Yeah. While I try and get you the correct
your
color.
gray island lumps, are those mixed in with your background color? Or are they on their own separate layer?
The gray stuff is the background. It's like your, what do I want to call this? The gray color is like identifying the borders of what we're trying to draw. And then I'm putting it on a separate layer on top because we're then gonna screw around with stuff in the background behind the lumps.
Okay.
Could we have gone in and just drawn like the lumps on their own layer? Yes. But I want you to see where everything's gonna be so that all of you who wanted to like branch out and do stuff freely could do just that. Because I saw what you guys were working on. I want to give you the freedom to know where everything's going to be so that you can have the freedom to do so on your own accord, okay? Does that make sense?
We appreciate.
But then the final lump, final lumpus, limbus, bumpus, we're going to make it like a light gray blue color. That's what we're going to be doing. I still don't feel like these colors are correct when I'm copying them over. I feel like it keeps changing them. Oh, stop it. Hang on. I'm gonna, yeah, that should be a little darker, a little grayer. I'm gonna manually change this middle lump to be the correct gray. They're grayed out because they're blue in sort of a midday sun in a winter scene. And that is what we're gonna achieve by adding in snow here in just a moment. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is the final lump in the background is gonna be this light white gray color. If my gosh diggity dang darned thing will work for us. Okay. And you'll be able to grab it once I finish drawing this lump. Ooh, I'm just trying to make sure this works, and then let me fill it in and you'll be able to grab the color.
I'm grabbing it.
Oh no, it filled in too much. Okay. Where's my mouse? I found it. Okay, it's working. It's working. I swear it's working. You're lost in the sauce, but it's barbecue. Delicious. I appreciate barbecue as a sauce, as a concept, as a moral obligation of society. Now,
is barbecue sauce a moral obligation? What does that mean?
Now it is.
Are we required by law?
Now
to
you're
have
required
barbecue
by law
sauce?
to enjoy barbecue.
I don't like the fake smoke taste.
Fair. So, what we've got going on right now, it all looks kind of abstract. We're going to fix the background color now so that the background makes all of our lumps pop. We are going to take a very, very light sort of sky blue color onto your background layer, and this sort of, oh no, I copied the wrong color. Ooh. This sky blue color is going to be like the reflection of our water, of our sun, things like that. If I can get this color to work correctly, it should allow me to paste it right into the river. Yeah. So all those gray parts that I took from earlier, are you gonna let me fill this in? It's saying no. There we go. I am filling in my water source. Oh, this is way too bright. It needs to be lighter blue. Lighter blue. Lighter blue. It needs to be way brighter. There we go. That's the color we want. So I'm just filling in those gray areas from the background. Okay? So now we've got this gray island in the back. We've got a big medium blue island, and then we've got the dark blue lump in the front. All I did was I used my fill-in tool to fill in those layers from the actual background. And on the background layer, I'm going to lighten our horizon line just a little smidge. Thank you so much for the sub, and welcome to D. Antler Shine, thank you. We're going to use bright white. Bright white your brush tool, and we are going to make it very big but very soft, like using the fuzzy brush or grabbing the softest brush of your life. And all I'm going to do is, if you have no idea what you're doing, I'm going to draw straight lines across my background, and then I'm going to take the opacity slider and I'm going to drop it from 50% to like 20% and draw another line across, because we're using the tools in all of their simplicity. Okay? So for those of you who are following along, what I did was I drew using the soft brush tool at 50% opacity and its maximum pixel size. I just drew across the background. Then I dropped the slider for opacity to 25%. And I'm just layering this up the background using the built-in capabilities of the tool. So that was 2 kinds of lines. I'm then going to drop it to 13% opacity and draw 1 to 2 more lines across our background very, very lightly. This is sort of making a fade of white in the background without using normal blending tools available. So it's very light, very subtle, but it brings out the gray and brings out this dark blue to the background. And that was the purpose of it. We're going to then add some snow to stuff because we don't have snow yet. It's time for snow. We need some snow. All right, I gotta wait and check out where he's doing what. Yes. Okie dokie. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna go to the trees. And we're gonna make another layer. So I have 3 layers right now. I'm gonna make my 4th layer. This layer is going to be on top of the tree layer, and we're gonna merge it down onto the trees. You don't have to for the lumps of snow, but it might help to not go too far outside of the tree lines. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to right click onto the layer I just made above my tree layer, and I'm going to select toggle clipping group. If you toggle on the clipping group for that layer, it's only going to draw on top of the stuff beneath it. So again, that was making a new layer above your tree layer. Right click on it and toggle clipping group. Words hard.
Words are hard.
Words so hard right now. Let me grab the color that we want to use. Alright, I'm going to grab kind of a mid-tone blue for the color that I'm going to use for snow on this new layer that I've made. And I'm going to grab my soft ink brush. I'm going to make it nice, big, and chonky. And I like this part. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw blobs. Okay? We're going to draw funky blobs of blue on top of our trees. I'm going to focus on the top of the trees so that it looks like the snow is gathering in layers on the branches. Okay?
Sorry.
Just like this. A smaller brush to go in and grab the tops of my more stubborn clumps here and there, so I can actually get in around my trees.
Make a layer group. Sorry, I made a new layer and then...
Yeah, let me repeat that step. So you're going to create a new layer above your tree layer, and then what you're going to do with that is you're going to then right click on that new layer, and you're going to toggle clipping group.
Yeah,
it will then
I just
clip
didn't
it
see it.
to the one below it.
Mhm.
And then what we're doing here is we're just making lumps. We're making blobs and lumps, focusing on the outer branches, the outside and upper portions of the trees where snow might have gathered. on our little trees living out in our lakescape. Okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. It's Snar. Snar can live however it wants to live. I'm gonna do the same thing with the foreground
pretty
trees
chill.
too.
So it's cool with whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty cool with whatever. I'm gonna do the same thing with the foreground, but I'm just gonna make that snow darker. So I'm making a darker blue color to come back through. But this one, I'm gonna put this one on the... If I can get this to work. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm frozen again. I gotta wait. I'm gonna put this blob of snow.
Trains your patience, doesn't it?
My tools don't want me to have nice things today. I'm gonna sort of squiggle my snow clumps. Oh, hang on, I'm frozen. Squiggling my snow clumps so that they're not just perfect straight lines and amorphous blobs. I want them to have a little bit of dimension to them. So they're like these lumpy sideways clouds, almost. Is what I'm doing with my snow. Yeah. Perfect. Mari, you've got it. You've got it. That looks great.
Oh my god, they've got
Heck yeah.
planes.
You're just so good. Isla's got her perfected snow. Kai's got the beautiful squiggly trees. Y'all are doing great. This looks beautiful. I hope you're proud of the glory of the work you're creating this day. Beautiful, simple snowscape.
I went very black and white. I'm trying to fix it now.
I had to erase all my background trees. I need to catch up.
I feel that I still have no background separation.
That's okay. If you're following
I
along,
figured it
you
out.
should have 4 layers. The base canvas layer that was our outline for the actual drawing. You should then
I was
have
never
your
the
lumps,
best student.
trees, and snow. Snar.
Snore.
Snar. We're going to go and add snow on our far trees as well. And then we're gonna pause on snow for just a moment so that we can draw in our little cabin. It's gonna be very important. We gotta add the cabin. And we're gonna add the cabin on the tree layer. So I hope you left space on your middle hill, because this middle hill is actually gonna be where the cabin's gonna live.
Good thing I
I
deleted
know
everything.
where your house lives.
I will show you where my house lives. Cabin in the woods? It's a good cabin. Good woods. Good
I've
cabin.
seen that movie. It's a good movie, actually.
Oh my god, this is the wrong color. We need to make it lighter, we need to make it grayer. So you'll all have to bear with me. Oh, that's too light. My canvas is freezing, so it's gonna take me a bit to be able to show you what these colors are. I have to wait for it to catch up and stop freezing before I can draw onto the canvas. So that's the thing that's gonna
Take your
take the
time.
longest, is me just trying to get the dang canvas to cooperate. Because I clicked once and it freezes for like 5 seconds. If you have a moment to combine your layers, I would appreciate that. Because the more layers we have, if you have more than the 4 that we're working out of, it will really start to lag the program, and I may not be able
Which
to
ones do you think
teach.
are safe to...
The ones you're going to
Or-
want to keep are your background, lumps, trees, and then the snow layer. We're really only going to need those 4, because the way I've separated it out, it will work with just those 4 layers. It might not be what you're used to with a more robust program, but I do promise you that it will still turn out nice for the sake of our tutorial. Yeah. When are the
Okay, so
unfrozen killer aliens going to be added? What?
Soon.
Killer
soon.
aliens.
Look, you have.
Wait, we got
have
killer
space
aliens
for an
here?
UFO. Yeah, we got space for UFOs up in the sky. Don't worry, we'll add them.
Give us a
Don't worry.
second.
What?
This guy is very
Yeah,
empty.
UFOs.
We'll add to the sky. We gotta put big old clouds in there later. Like a
Yeah,
big
I
floofy
would
I
cloud.
wanted to see an UFO.
Wink.
Oh, D, there's an extra layer that I don't have access to anymore. This is my
Where?
I'm in layer right here.
I don't know where you
this-
put that. Let me look.
It's layer number 12 by Anonymous.
12? Okay. I will assign it back
that one,
to you.
You could, yeah, you could.
There. It's yours now.
Okay.
Do
okay.
with it what you will.
Well, okay, well, I'm gonna delete it then. Everybody, the hacker is leaving. They're going away.
Fine.
Fare thee well.
I'm out.
I'm out.
They can't
There we go.
cheating with all their good art skills.
What are you talking about,
Oh,
Kai?
Cheaters.
So I'm also gonna put some snow on my poor little scraggly tree here. It gets snowed on as well. If you want to turn all of your trees into like the whatchamacallit, the Christmassy pine trees, the deciduous varieties, you can. You don't have to. You can leave some of them scraggly, but you can transform your trees as you're comfortable. I'm gonna put a little
The
snow
treacherous pine trees.
on the tops of all of the brown that I created. The treacherous pine trees?
Don't trust them. They're very shady.
What?
Yeah, shady.
I love that.
If I were in a lightning storm, I wouldn't trust them to protect me.
I'm also going to put the tiniest bit of snow and highlight onto the docks. I'm gonna go to my background to do that. I'm gonna put the tiniest bit of snow on top of just the leg of my docks. Oh my god, that lag. That lag. Just right there. I'm also gonna put like a little lump of snow, because I can, on the tips of the dock. Maybe like right over here. I want to make this smaller. Mine's gonna be very lumpy bumpy, but that's just the limitations of the program. Just gonna put a little snow right here. A little bit of
Some
snow.
happy little snow.
Happy little snow right here. Okay, so we've got snow covering our landscape. Kind of nice. Now we're going to make our little cabin. There we go. We're gonna go onto the tree layer, and you can make this a triangle cabin, or you can make this an A-frame or a box-like cabin. I'm gonna be doing a triangle for this, but if you want to make it like a little rectangular guy, you can. So I'm on the tree layer, the layer with the
We're
trees.
building our first Minecraft house.
We're building our house, and it's gonna be somewhere between the trees. I hope you left space, noting that I left this huge space right here on my canvas. That's what they call UFOs. Clouds are not UFOs. What are you talking about? All
I
right.
mean, if you can't identify them as clouds, like they are kind of UFOs though.
Are they UFO adjacent? So this guy,
Please do not scratch my sheets.
if you want to make him a square, you're gonna be building your box somewhere here in your wilderness. I'm going to make mine triangular. Now this is going to be at an angle because of how the hill is. So I'm making a little triangle cabin, and I'm gonna make it really, really thick at first, because I'm then going to blend it into the hill with erasing. I'm gonna make this big oblong shape. It'll look like a triangular thing soon, I promise. Look, hang on. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my eraser, big fat eraser, and I'm going to erase down from one of the sides. I'm trying to like swoop it in a little bit. Give it a little bit of swoopty magic. Swoopity whoopity.
Swoop important. Okay,
Yeah,
got
swoop is very important. Oh my god, this is so hard to do with the lag. Please let me swoop. Okay, that's good enough. I'm gonna round off the tip. I'm gonna do the same to the back side. Oh my god, lag, please lag. Oh. Okay, you know what? Sometimes it's good enough. No, it's not. That was too much. Trying to add just a little bit of an angle there. Perfect. Okay. So this is going to be the base. It looks kind of funky, but trust the process. I'm going to go back to my snow layer. Once I've made sort of this oblong shape out in the wilderness. I'm going to grab my Snope color and Snope's color.
Snopes.
I'm going to make my my snow real nice and big. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline this whole shape with Schnar. Add in to the base right here too. Yep. And I'm gonna do one of these if it'll let me. Oh my god, lag, please. Let me draw, please.
Oh.
Let me draw, please.
Did we lose? Hold on.
We've lost.
We've lost?
Mari has disappeared. No! Mari, come back.
Mari, come back.
Hopefully they will return.
They can blame it all on Dee. Okay. I will wait for Mari to return. Okay. And I'm blending it into the hillside was the only other step by grabbing my hill color. Waiting on Mari. Waiting on Mari. Whenever Mari can join us again. This is a good time to take a mini intermission. Make sure you've stretched if you have not already. Chickadee check your layers as you're able to.
I'm trying really hard not to add more layers, D. I'm really am.
I know you guys are used to using so many layers, and I know I want to give you that comfort, but on a simple group art project like this, we have our limitations.
We could just stream our,
This is true. If you wanted to use your own art stuff in the future, I would have you screen share your art program to me, and then I would copy your screen here. But the purpose of the IO board is to do all of this together and to have similar tools, but to see what it comes out.
Community. It's also a challenge.
Naming
Make sure they're not
layers.
using too many layers.
I've been trying to use as little layers as I can already, even off stream, so it doesn't really matter.
Gone for you, Goob. Gone for you, Goob. Heck off. It's okay, Mari. We're waiting on you. Join us as you're able to.
Mari returned.
Mari, we're waiting for you. Don't worry. I'm not doing anything too far forward. I'm gonna check and make sure that my internet isn't being bogged down by any of my housemates' stuff either. What happens if the art's on paper? That's fine. There's no issue if there's art on paper. If we were to do this as a group activity with art on paper, I would have everyone share a top-down hand cam view, and then I would crop it into their canvases. This is what I would do.
You can see me try to control Z on a piece of paper.
You can't control Z paper!
I can try! That's never stopped me from trying.
Never gonna stop, never gonna stop, never gonna stop. Alright, what's
I need
online?
to figure out how to hand cam.
Wow.
I haven't successfully done it yet, and I don't
Would
have
you
the proper
like some
tools
help?
for it.
I'm going to be doing some more hand cam stuff in the future, and you are going to need another kind of camera to do it, obviously. You can use either a standard, Logitech camera, but if you have, another phone, if you're like D, I bought a really cheap, used, crappy iPhone for my tracking. Also, hi, Crit, thank you for the follow. And I use that for my model tracking, but I have, my standard phone. There's an app you can get to turn your phone into a streaming camera, and I'll find you the name of it. Basically, you'd set that up on either a clip-in clamp, to look down onto your hands, or grab a stand. You can put it up on, I have seen people use dish racks, like a dish drying rack, and you would just set your phone down on top of the rack, make sure the rack is over your workspace, and position it so that it's looking down at your hands. Then it communicates via Wi-Fi to your stream setup, and you capture it with a companion application. Now, the best way to do it is going to be to have a camera that plugs into your computer as well. Oh no, poor Mari. Poor Mari. We'll wait for you, Mari. I'll tag Mari. Irugi. We wait for you, Mari.
Yo,
Poor
look at
internets.
this fancy building, Kai. I love that. Oh my
Building
goodness.
it into the water.
Let's go.
Pointy
Beautiful.
little dude.
We're gonna add in some light and windows and make it real cute in the next few layers. But I'm gonna wait for Mari so I don't move too far ahead.
It'd be great if my cat didn't sit on my fucking tablet right now, I swear to God.
You know what? How about this? We're gonna take a not that one. Let me do script. We're gonna take an 8-minute break here. Let everyone play around with their layers. Go grab some extra water if you haven't. We'll run ads over the break so that you guys don't get hit with what's it called? So you don't get hit with the hoogity boogity moogity stuff. I can't words. Words are hard. So you don't get hit with pre-roll ads. There we go. I words.
Yeah.
I words so good. Are you not impressed?
We're so hard today.
We're going to run an ad over the break so you don't get hit with them. And we will be back. Hopefully by then Mari will be able to get her stuff up. No, that's okay. I'm gonna take a break here quick. It'll also let me go grab some more water too. We're gonna go on a break and we'll see you guys in 8 minutes. All right.
Okay.
Go grab a stretch if you haven't. Take a break.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
In a world of beats and lights, where the party takes its flight, there's a DJ in the mix who's small but dynamite. She's got the tunes and she's ready to play. D's in the house and gonna make your hips sway. Underneath the disco ball, where the colors blend, Tiny D's in charge, watching the night transcend. Her beats paint pictures and hues so bright. In a neon symphony, you know you're about to take flight. Yo, it's D on the mic in this neon glow. Spinning tracks, watch this tiny maestro. Wiggling to the rhythm, cuteness in my code. In this club, you know he's got them mother load.
I'm the life-size powerhouse, don't underestimate. Cute and lethal while you're watching me orchestrate. From the decks to the floor, D's and control D's. The DJ rocking out your heart and soul. In the DJ booth, got these shades on my eyes, but it's hard to be so fierce when you're this size. She's like a tiny tornado, spinning beats like a pro. D's the maestro, on the floor, out in the show. The crowd's on fire, but he's cooler than ice. Stealing the spotlight, you know that's D's paradise. Got these silly little wiggles, yeah, that's D's vibe. But this DJ gonna make you wanna subscribe. So here D stands in the neon scene. You know DJ's turning all that cute into mean. Got tiny little beans, but she owns that beat. In my DJ world, you better take a seat.
Cute as a button, but she's got the sound. D's the DJ running this playground. She's got the rhythm and she's got the flow. You better watch out, folks. Here comes a DJ show. Cute as a button, but she's got the sound. She's a DJ running this playground. She's got the rhythm and she's got the flow. Watch out, folks. Here comes a DJ show.
Yeah, it's D on the mic in this neon glow. Spinning tracks, watching this tiny maestro. We wiggling to the rhythm, cuteness in my code. In this club, you know he's got that mother load. In the DJ booth with shades in my eyes. It's hard to be so fierce when you're this size. Like a tiny tornado, spinning beats like a pro. D's the maestro on the floor in his show. The crowd's on fire, but he's cooler than ice. Stealing spotlight, you know that's D's paradise. Got these silly little wiggles, yeah, that's D's vibe. But the DJ gonna make you wanna subscribe. Here D stands in the neon scene. D's the DJ turning cute into mean. Got these tiny little beans, but I own this beat. In my DJ world, you better take a seat.
Clouds were gathering, eyes full of fright. You flee from something so tragic. I heard the whispers through the pouring rain. You struggled just to free yourself from pain. Take my hand and see, come away with me to somewhere there's magic. You got so far, picking up the pieces of the person you'll never be. So take these lessons you've learned and lessen your burden. Come away with me. Breaking out in desperation, drowning out in expectation. Slowly running out of there, alone with no one there. Here I am, arms open wide. There's no need to run and hide. Come and run away with me to somewhere you can be free. You're lost, I see. Don't worry. You can't see it, but you're surrounded by doors.
Alright, we back.
Where there's a door.
We back, but we are without Mari. No. Unfortunately, Mari's internet has done the big death. So Mari told us to continue on, and as soon as Mari's internet recovers, Mari will try and rejoin us. Dang it! Please, can we get some F's in chat for Mari's poor internet? Can we have some F's in chat for Mari's internet? Dang it. Mari's internet, no. Why have you forsaken us? Thank you. Thank you for the F's in chat. Oh man. Alright. Well, there's not too many more steps left in our lovely snowscape. F's for Mari.
There you go.
We're going to be cleaning up the house. We're going to add some snow shadow and snow effect. And we're going to add some big old clouds in the background. Those are the biggest things we're going to be doing. So if you've made your little cabin somewhere in your picture, we're going to pick back up by adding in some light to the cabin. Yeah, we don't want it to just be any old cabin hanging out there. No. We need some kind of light source. We gotta make a boy glow.
Yeah.
Glow in the dark of the night. Let me grab this color. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, because of the size of my canvas, I'm going to make like a 51 pixel or 46 pixel brush, and I'm going to put a dot. I'm gonna put a dot right here in my lovely little canvas. I am currently on my snow layer because this is going on top of everything here. But I could also do this directly on the tree layer, which is where I drew the little cabin. So you can do this either on your snow or your tree layer. What we're doing is we're adding a dot, and this dot is like a big circular window, and we're going to give this dot some shape. I'm gonna actually make it bigger, like maybe 59 pixels.
I already have the window. I just gotta turn the lights on.
Yep. We're also,
Do you
because
pay your electric bill?
this is
Apparently I do.
this is technically a log cabin, so we're going to add a few lines in this same color. So it should be FFF AB6 Alpha Bravo 6. Good morning, Rainbow. Hi, Rainbow. There's no tags. Shush. No tags here. What I'm gonna do to make it look a little bit more like a cabin is I'm gonna make some little squiggly lines. Well, I'm gonna make them only like 2 to 4 pixels in thickness, because there's gonna be just this tiny little glow coming through my oh my god.
You have
can't
a
draw.
drafty log cabin?
I have a drafty log cabin, yep.
Oh.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw some lines. Just a couple of lines here and there. I'm gonna add some off to the side of the window, and then I'm gonna add some above the window. Now, if we were in like a more, what's it called? Advanced art program, you could blur these out or add a glow effect on top of them. We're just gonna keep it simple for the sake of this image. There's no tax here. No, pay normal tax. Don't type tax here. Get your taxes out of my chat. I'm gonna then use my dropper tool to grab the main color of my cabin, go back to drawing lines, and I'm just gonna add in the seams of my window. Okay? So I'm gonna make like a plus sign in the middle of my window. That's all I'm gonna do. See? Look at that. Very cute.
Whoa.
Simple and effective.
I has become lost in the sauce.
All right. Where are you at? Have you drawn your cabin somewhere?
No.
All right. What I want you to do...
Foreground trees. That's
Yes.
where I was. I'm so sorry.
No, that's just fine. I will walk you through those steps. So I'm going to remove my snow layer so you can see what I drew for the house. Okay? Mine's triangular. You can make yours a log cabin that's more square. You would just extend out that left portion of this weird abnormal blob, similar to what Isla did, and it would just be a very long boy if you want a square cabin. You're going to draw it in the same color you drew your background trees in, because this is all going to kind of blend together. Once you have made your shape, I'll give you a few moments. Use a regular brush and or square tools and just make a big old blob on your tree layer. Okay? I'll wait till you catch up there. Yeah. Every time you hear DJ instead of tornado, you hear tortito. Fan fiction burrito tortilla. I like that. That's really cute. My tortito! Tortilla burrito. Now I want a tortilla burrito. That sounds delicious. Draw your cabin. Make your lump. The limbus lumpus. And let me know when you're ready to continue. Okay? No music? What do you mean no music? We have music. There's BGM. Can you hear it? Is it too loud? Burritos already have a tortilla? More tortilla. When in doubt, more tortilla. In case you weren't aware, you can have more tortilla. Oh, a quote from what? Coco? I haven't seen Coco. Have you guys seen the Coco movie?
Yeah.
No.
Is it a good movie?
Animated Coco.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Is it good?
Oh,
I'm a big
I
fan of animated movies.
Drool at that animation every time.
It's beautiful.
Oh, Mari, I hope you're okay. Mari, be okay. Ooh. Maui. Poor internet. The grandma hates music. She goes, no music. Oh, okay. Idea of a Discord watch party group? Nice. Do you have your lump? Your limbus lumpus?
I have a general outline of a house.
Fill her in. Because then you're going to use your snow layer to draw snow on top of it. Okay? Do I even have a delay on this song? I do good.
Why am I confused? Art.
What's up? What's up, friend?
Yeah, talk to us.
I am. Oh, wait, hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. Watch out.
Things are happening.
Hold up. Waning. Just fill it all in. It doesn't have to have beautiful shading. Fill it all in.
Because of this.
Did you lose your layer? With layers and all. Mystery layers.
I only have 3 layers and I somehow lost it between all those.
Oh. You can title your layers in Magma by double-clicking on them, and then you can title them. You can add a little text on it.
Nah, I'd win.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, you don't have to draw lines on it, Fran. I'm serious, just fill it in. Like, literally fill it one solid color, because your next layer is going to be the details. On top of it, what you're next gonna do is, I want you to look at what I'm doing right now. No snow, snow.
Yes.
No snow, snow. You're going to take the layer on top of it and clip it to your house layer. And you are going to draw on snow to make that roof outline.
Okay. I just...
Yep, you're
some
gonna do
snowy
like a big
colors.
old diagonal line down across the roof of snow, of your snow color. Yeah. And then you're gonna fill it in. You want it to be real nice and lumpy and soft and round, because snow. And then you can just fill it in. Yeah,
It'll be like
beautiful.
a gingerbread house.
Very cute. And then I want you to make sure it touches the entire outline of that. If it's clipped to the house, you should be able to use a nice, very big brush. What are you guys doing? You should be able to do a very big brush and just cover it. Yep. Real nice and big. There you go. On this same layer, I want you to use a dropper tool to grab the light color from my windows. And you're gonna make, for you it'll be small. You will use a small brush, maybe 40 pixels or less. And I want you to draw 2 dots, dot dot. Using a circular brush, you'll draw 2 dots for your windows. Make it nice and small.
Are we ice skating?
We're ice skating.
Yep. You can make them down in the front. And we draw them as little circles, so then you can draw like lines in them. Okay, if you want to line them out, you absolutely can. And then the last part on top of all of this is you're going to take the color of your house, and you're going to take a 2 to 4 pixel sized brush by taking the slider of your pixel to 2 or 4, and you're going to just draw a plus sign in your windows. Yup. Plus sign in the windows. Final step is take that glow, and I want you to make little lines on the front of your house. Just a few that go up the front of it to show a tiny bit of light glowing through the logs. The tiniest bit of light.
Glow? How would I achieve
Grab the glow of your windows and use a 2 pixel sized brush. So I'm gonna draw on my, here, I'll draw on the very, very, very top layer. I'll add a new layer if I can. I don't know how many layers we actually have. Let me move this layer to the very top. It's taking its sweet time. And I'll show you what I mean. Oh, it's not letting me. Can I move it to the top? Arrange layer, bring to the front. There we go. Okay. So what I would do is I would take, and I'm going to draw this on its own layer. It's not on your layer. It's on its own, and I'll delete this layer afterwards. I'm grabbing the color you used with the dropper tool for your light. And then I'm using a 2 pixel sized brush. I use the brush tool, bring it to the slider to like 2 to 3 pixels. I'm gonna go like this. And I'm gonna make little diagonal lines, if it will let me, like so. Oh, I have my canvas selected, so I can't draw. So I would do like this, like this, like this. But you can make them closer together, you see?
Yeah. Gotcha.
You can make them closer together. Oh my god.
I gotcha.
Let me delete this layer. There we go. Alright. So now that we've got our little cabins, our trees, our mounds, all the snow layers, we're gonna add in some snow highlights all over the place. Now, before you do this, you can add some more things to your background by taking the same color of your trees on the middle island and drawing blobs to be like rocks in the foregrounds. So this would be on the tree layer. On the tree layer, we are then going to draw lumps and bumps and blobs using a brush tool. I'm going to use kind of a big brush tool, but I'm going to use a sharp vertical. I'm going to use a chalky tool for this. So that's down in the sketch and chalk advanced settings of the brush. I'm using chalky 2, and I'm going to make my brush like a size 50 or 60. Hi, thank you so much for the follow.
Cool.
And welcome first time chatters to Art Time in the Studio with D.
Heck yeah.
Why didn't the skeleton cross the road? Didn't have the guts to do it. Well, that's a good one. I thought you were gonna say that there was no body waiting for him on the other side. All kinds of skeleton jokes are truly humorous. Get it, bone puns. All right, we're drawing blobs, man. I am going to
Something trombone, something.
Actually, you'd think that a skeleton's favorite instrument would be the trombone, but
Yeah.
they don't have the the lungs, so it's actually the bongos.
We
Maybe
appreciate
they
dad
use their
jokes here.
ribcage as a xylophone.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know what? I think the rough brush might actually work better for this. The goal of these rocks, if you want them, these are optional rocks, is to draw these lumps and bumps on the very edge of your mounds and mountains out here. They're just hanging out off to the foreground. I'm lagging. Give my brush a moment to catch up with itself.
Mhm.
Oh, it lags every time you guys turn on and off a layer. Oh!
Does it? Is it our
Okay!
fault?
Every time you guys turn off a layer, I
Okay,
just
hold on.
noticed that when you guys
Let's
move your
try it
layers
again.
around.
I'm gonna turn a layer
Oh!
off and on. You ready? Let's
Yeah.
test it.
Hang on, let
Testing.
me try to
Three-
brush. Okay,
Okay.
do it.
Carrying on.
Carrying
Layer
on.
off.
And yep,
Layer
there I
on.
go. I lagged.
Oh,
it's
we
every time you
found the
guys do a.
source.
Okay, now I know what makes me lag. Okay, that really
Yeah,
helps.
And we all lag, me too.
So I need you guys to pick your layers and deal with them.
Okay.
Don't spam your layers, please. It makes it very hard to teach. And I was hoping to make this less than a 2-hour class, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm so
So
sorry.
does it happen when we click onto a different layer? Try again.
Okay,
'cause
so
I
here
won't
I'm
turn a layer
trying
off and on.
to draw, and yep, I'm lagging in the middle.
Okay, because I was clicking between different layers.
So hence the need to use only a few layers for these tutorials, and why I'd like you to stick with the tutorial that I'm trying to teach you. Oh no.
Okay.
Of
started
course,
from the
Mari, I will
background
add a
to the
palace
background.
cat. Do you not think you're gonna be able to join back in with us? Can I have a PNG of your palace cat? And I'll put it where Mari was. Palace cat Mari. Here, wait. Let me just Google one. I will add a PNG. I'll make it happen. Oh, your poor internet. No. In memory of Mari. Let me get a really cute round one. Thank you for that. You did a great job. Alright, let me grabbing a little palace cat. Oh, this is not high res enough. Get rid of that. get rid of. I need a higher res image of a palace cat. Here we go. Make a new one. It's beautiful. Shrunk by 5. It's magnanimous in so many ways. Okay, let me erase the outside of this, and I will add a little in loving memory of Mari.
I know she just lost internet. Her internet died, but like she's not dead yet.
In loving memory of Mari.
We will always remember her.
R.I.P. Mari's internet.
She truly was the floofiest of us all.
Really wonderful mustache.
Mari.
Yeah, you know what I mean, Mari. You know what I mean.
The Mari memory. I'll put it off to the side and I'll make it cute.
I get lost in the
Let me add some spacing. Vertical.
There was a Mari then.
I went Italian for a moment. I couldn't help myself.
What threat? You hush. You hush your mouth.
And put this on my desktop. Mari Mem. Beautiful. Majestic. Alright. Do not save. Close that. I'm gonna add it in. Fill her in! Let me find my main scene. And then we will continue the tutorial. Okie dokie. If your Wi-Fi is out and you can't draw with friends. If your Wi-Fi is out and you can't draw with friends, that's a Mari. That's a Mari. Look at that. There. Memorial Mari.
It's beautiful.
It's this majestic. I like it. Oh no. I like it in front. Look at this. This is beautiful. The memory of Mari.
Our hearts will go on and on.
Mari will always be here in our hearts, ladies and gentlemen.
It's true.
Alright. Without further ado, let us continue. It is time to highlight your snow. Give your snow some love. So you can draw some lumps and bumps, should you wish it. You can draw lumps, you can draw bumps, and they would be your rocks is what they would be. You would just draw little lumpy doodly magoogs out here in the world on the edge of your island. And you can also put them in the snow. Oh, that one was way too big. Hi, Dom! Welcome to D. So just little lumps in the snow. Little lumps on the edge of the water. Make them nice and small if you can. The further away they get to the right, the smaller they should be. Because they're further out away from you. And then you can also put some on the opposite island. The one that's in the foreground, if you want to. You don't have to, you just can. The option is open to you. Because we're going to be going in and we're going to highlight all this stuff. I don't want to put a rock there. I just want it over there. Alright. Now we've got rocks. We're going to go into the snow on tree layers. Tree layers of snow. Hop, skip, and a jump with some snow. And I'm going to grab our snow highlight color. It's going to be very light, almost white, and a bright blue color for our schnurr. Schnurr! Oh my god, schnurr! And I'm going to use my brush tool on fuzzy and about 40% opacity And again, I'm on my snow layer, so it's going to like clip to all of the stuff beneath it. Let me give you a plain brush version of this so you can grab the color. So I'm gonna put that on my tree layer so you can grab the color. Here's the color that I'm using as a highlight. Okay, grab the color if you need it. I've put it as a blob in the sky, and I will just erase it later. But I'm going in the brush section, I'm scrolling down until I find the fuzzy brush. Fuzzy brush is in textured. I'm dropping the opacity to about 30 to 40. Woo. And then what I am doing here, oh no, did I zoom out too much? I think everything's still lined up. Nope, no it's not. Let me there we go. Did I fix it? Okay, I fixed it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to my snow, and the light source is coming from the upper left in this image, or at least following the tutorial. So what I'm gonna do, I'm waiting for it to stop lagging. I'm going to draw down the angles of the roof of my little hut here. I'm just waiting for the lag, and I'm waiting for it to catch up. I'm trying to demonstrate, but I gotta wait for the lag. Okay, so I'm drawing in like an angle on the roof. And this angle of highlight is going to extend down into the snow, and we're gonna get the snow layer next. Okay? Yeah. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the tips of the trees where I can. Coming from the upper left corner of our entire thing. I'm just adding a tiniest bit of highlight to the very edge of all of these snowy areas that we've created. Tiny bit of highlight. And the same thing to the big trees. I'm going to add in less opacity, so I'm going to make it 49 instead of like in the 30s. I'm going to increase the opacity. I'm going to make it a smaller brush to come to the foreground. And I'm going to get just the tip of the trees here. And only this mid-ground tree. I'm not going to get the foreground tree. That one's completely in shadow because of how close it is to the camera. Give it a moment and it'll all even out. Look at that. So now we've got a little bit of highlight here, there, and everywhere. Very nice. It's starting to look like we've got something going on in our image. Something. We're going to be playing around with the background as well, but that will be in just a little bit. I'm going to erase this chunk. So we've highlighted the trees and the house. We're now going to go and highlight the lumps. I am now, so we're not going to do much more with these trees. We're going to go to the lump layer, and I'm going to add another layer above lumps. Okay? I'm going to call this the snow on hills layer. Once again, right-clicking that, and we're going to toggle it as a clipping layer. We are going to highlight the top of our hill with that exact same color that we were just using. So long as you haven't switched to another color, it should still be one that you have saved. Get a nice big brush. Again, we're looking at about 50% opacity, and I'm just going to draw a line over my hilltop. Oh, I drew it way too high. Okay, I'm gonna draw a line across my hilltop to create that effect. Oh god, the lag is so bad.
That is such a cool tool though.
If it'll work, the crunchy tool it'll save lives. And then I'm going to make my tool smaller. Once I have finished layering on the snow on that part of my image, and I've got a nice little shadow going on here, I am going to do the same thing to my foreground lump. Now this part is important because you've got trees here. I'm going to make sure that I leave an area for there to be shadow. So if there were shadows underneath these trees, I'm not going to cover that up. But I am going to go through and I'm going to leave like this sliver of where there wouldn't be shadow around the trees. Everywhere else, I'm just going to layer on snow. We've got a nice big old crackly bunch of snow right here. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Look at that snore.
Yeah,
Oh my
so
god,
many.
snore.
Snore.
Snore. Oh my god, snore. I'm then going to make my tool a little smaller. And I'm going to add in some, like, smaller versions of the hills. Just closer to the front. We're giving it an effect as though the hill itself, I'm making this a little bigger and making the opacity smaller, as though the hill itself has some dimension. Again, the brush that I'm using in Magma is the fuzzy brush. And I'm just adding little bits of light here and there to give our background some extra dimension. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Heck yeah.
The hedgehog? No. Oh my god, this little snare. Look at the snare. Oh my god. So we've got snow, we've got highlights, we've got these guys looking good. I also want to make sure to go onto my snow on trees layer. If you drew in some rocks, give them some love too. They need a little
switch layers,
snow.
D. Prepare yourself.
Huh?
I'm switching layers.
Okay, I'm prepared. Thank you for the
Okay,
heads
there you
up. That actually helps a lot. Then I could stop clicking for a moment. They need some snow too. I'm just gonna add some snow on the edge of my rocks. Slowly layering it up until I get the right consistency of snow that I want on my rocks. I like that. It's good and fuzzy for me. That's all I needed in my
Switching
life.
layers again.
Okay. So we are now going to, on the snow on trees layer, we're going to add some extra glow to our cabins. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to do it just with a single, very faded, fuzzy effect. Because this board is, of course, limited. Little limited. So we're going to use that limitation as best as possible. If I can get this to work, we're gonna go to like an orangey red right here. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, the color I am using for this is more red than you would think. It's like a maroony purpley color. If I did this correctly, let me make sure that this is the right color. It's like a pink, almost salmon. I'm gonna use it first to make sure that this effect works. And if it doesn't, then I'll get you guys a different color. Oh no, that actually works pretty well. Let me make sure that this works and it's big enough, and then I'll get you guys the color. I'm putting this on the house layer. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna make you a little redder, more red, more orange. Nope. Less. More like this. That's good. And my snow layer. What I'm doing is I'm adding a little bit of glow to the front of this house and onto the house so that we've got like the light from the house. That's all I'm doing. The color that I'm using here, I'm still on that fuzzy brush to make this effect work. And I used it at a size 97 with 18% opacity. The brush itself and the color itself is this one. I'm going to paint it onto my tree layer so you can see the color. It's a weird pinky red somewhere that's more purple than salmon. A city full of old dudes? I don't know. Does it mean his insides are empty space? They might be. Who knows? These are the true mysteries. Oh, Opa City? Opa? Opa City?
Opacity.
I get opacity, but why is that just old dudes?
Opa is the Dutch word for
For German grandpa. Okay.
grandfather.
Okay, good to know.
Also German, apparently.
Now we know. The more you know. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of that line. Did you guys get your version of the color you wanted? Wow. Alright. So now that we've got a little bit of glow, the next part is doing the biggity big background. We're going to add more to our background. And then the final touches, I think, are the water and cloud layers. We're going to go and I don't think... Here, I'm going to make sure that we don't need any other effects. Going forward. No. On the water or the tree. Nope, we don't. So I'm going to take my snow layer. I'm going to merge it down. So my tree layer is now snow and trees. I'm going to take my snow on my hills, and I'm going to merge that one down as well. So now I just have trees, lumps, and my background. In my background, I'm going to add in some mountains so that we have a nice little mountain view. Ooh. To create the mountains, we're only going to use 2 colors.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be basic. Real basic. One is sort of...
I think I can add those.
One sort of a light gray blue that I'm using in a, what's it called? I'm using a very thick ink brush. And I'm going to draw some happy little mountains in my background.
How do you make them happy?
First, I'm going to draw them. And then they're going to be existing. And then that will equal happiness. Wait, I think I'm actually too zoomed into my canvas. Hang on. I don't actually think I've got you all correctly in focus. Let me scoot everything back into alignment. All right.
Yeah, I can't draw them because my background and my 3 initial islands are all on 1 layer.
Oh.
So,
this is why
this
following
is
along in
because
class is important.
well, you did the background and then the things, and I was like, okay. I couldn't even do the background like lighting because I was like, I can't do that.
Okay, how to get around that?
Oh no, that's okay. I'll deal with it. Don't worry. I'm just telling you. If you don't see mountains on my side,
Oh, you don't
that's
have to
why.
have them if you don't want to. This is an entirely optional step.
My non-mountain having is not a want. it's an I'm stuck, but I'll get some little mountains going on in here. My mountains will be happy and small. There you go.
I don't know why mine's not filling in completely. It's being redonkulous. Come here.
I was messing with my layers. I've gotten rid of a layer.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that was probably me.
Dang it. How about now? Okay. Phew! No, fill it all in, ya goob. Okay. I have this big gray blob. And then all I'm doing is on top of this big blue-gray blob, I'm going to go onto my lump layer. I'm going to right-click the lumps. And I'm going to turn it into a clipping group. So that I can now draw on this to add effects onto my mountains. And save layers. Save a layer. Hi, welcome to D! For this, I'm using a flat scatter brush. If I can actually get the effect to work. Oh no! Yeah. You know what? We don't actually need to make it a clipping layer. It'll be fine. I'm going to untoggle the clipping group and just go to my background. and I am instead going to use my lasso tool to select my mountain region, if it will work with me. Stop this. Stop this madness, please. Okay, it's not working with me. If you're watching along at home, you can probably see me struggling to select my mountains. Here we go. So I've selected my mountains. Now I am going to use a bright white tool using the scatter brush. So this is flat scatter. I'm going to do it at a size 60 with about a 55 opacity. And I'm just drawing straight lines down the side of the mountain. Okay? And I'm doing them in small sections.
I figured it out.
Like this. You figured it out? Wonderful.
I made the layer into a darken.
Just little
So it's
chunks.
still there.
Little chunks will make it work out just fine. And then more on this part of the mountain, here and there. Here we go. Bam! Mountains. Is Captain Kirk climbing the mountain? I don't know. Also, hi Soren. Wait, Memikov, welcome to the... Beautiful. Lovely. I do believe they have a cloud brush, if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, we'll use fuzzy to make our clouds. But I think they have a cloud brush. Maybe it's in our stamps? Hi, Nico! Welcome to D!
Oh.
Do they have a cloud brush? I'm looking, perceiving, hunting. Where are our clouds? Doesn't look like they have one, so we'll find a brush that works good enough to do the clouds. We're going to use a fuzzy brush, and we're going to use a dark gray blue in the background to create our clouds. We're going to do a shadow on the clouds first, and then we're going to highlight these clouds. So these clouds are going to be on their own layer. So I had merged my tree and their highlights. I merged my lumps and their highlights. And then I have my canvas. On top of my canvas layer, I'm going to make a new layer. So now I have 4 layers again. And I'm going to make this one my cloud layer. For clouds, I'm going to use this dark blue color first and a fuzzy brush with like 34 opacity. And I'm just gonna draw some big old floofy things out in the ether. Just gonna draw these lumps, some bigger, some smaller, and I'll give you the exact color to use. Because clouds usually break around mountains. You'll get rainfall on one side of the mountain, and then you won't on the rest. I'm making big, dark shapes across the sky, and I will then highlight them. Let me give you the actual color. I will do so on my tree layer using a solid brush for your convenience. So here it is. This is the color that I'm using for those clouds. That's what I used for the clouds. You don't need to, but you can if you want to.
I'm gonna have happy little clouds.
Happy little clouds. Go right ahead. I'll leave it down in the water for you. I'm then going to, on top of my clouds, I'm going to make one more layer. I'm adding in a layer, and I'm turning it into a clipping layer. This, I'm going to use bright white once more, and I'm going to use the same brush, the chalky brush at about 50% opacity. And we're going to go back over on the left side of those lumps that we made. And we're going to color in and shade in our clouds in the sky. Happy little clouds. Little clouds. Lumpy clouds in the sky. Lovely. Some can be big, some can be small. Very nice. little clouds out in the ether. Just hanging out there, living their best lives. Trying to do great things in the background. When you're happy with what you have for your clouds and then some, you can then merge that layer down to your clouds. And you can then take your clouds, and we're not going to merge them to the background just yet. We're going to make them pop away from the background by adding in a highlight color on the uppermost portion of our background before we go and clip the clouds to it. So I'm going to grab a really nice bright blue. This is much more saturated than some of the other blues we've used. And I'm going to give you this on the tree layer. I'm going to put it down solid. So this is the blue that I'm going to use. I'm going to go to my canvas, my background, and I am going to take a softer shading brush at the biggest size and 50% opacity. And just like we did to lighten the background in the beginning, I'm going to draw straight lines across the top of my canvas. I'll probably drop the opacity just a smidge more, and I need to select my canvas so I don't go outside of its boundaries. Grabbing this lovely brush, I'll make it maybe like 25% opacity. I'm just going to draw straight lines across. And then I'm going to go down the background. Just a few lines, like maybe 4. And then I'm going to come back up the sky so that the topmost part of the sky is the brightest blue. That's the goal here. Make the top part of the sky the brightest blue, and then it's just fading into those lighter colors. Okay? Very nice. It draws the eyes upwards in the canvas and looks pretty.
Yeah.
Once you have that accomplished, you can take your clouds and you can merge those down onto your bottom layer. You now have clouds, you have mountains. You can take this opportunity to touch up anything that you think needs just a little bit more color. Like I'm going in with that same fuzzy brush and I'm just brightening up some of these clouds. That's all I'm doing. Adding a wisp here and there, adding a little more bright to my clouds. The last bit is water.
Cool. How we doing, friend? How we doing,
I
guys?
am
shadow.
behind, but I will survive.
We'll survive.
What happened?
I want to survive.
We're gonna add water and a little bit of snow. Snow. The darkness. We're gonna amplify the darkness on our hills. On the lumps. I'm going to my lump layer to add in some shadows. And I'm gonna go to this tree layer to show you the color I'm gonna use. Once more, this is the color I'm gonna use. Let me erase the other colors. So I'm going to use this blue on my lumps, making another layer above lumps. I'm calling it lump shadow, and I'm going to clip that to the lumps. Using a big fluffy brush on the softer setting once more, putting it at about 20 to 30% opacity. I'm going to come through and I'm going to add some of this dark blue right along my hills. And I'm just going to fade it in underneath my everything. Okay? I'm going to put it right at the base of the hill. Okay? I'm going to put more around the edges of the rocks so it's even darker there. And more under the base of the lovely highlighted portions too. here. Nice little bit of blue. To really bring out those shadows. Do I need an afro to teach art? Am I unable to teach right now because I don't have an afro? Is that what's happening right now? I don't have an afro?
I feel like I'm learning.
Did you learn anything? If
I
not,
did.
it's because I
I'm
didn't
growing an
have an
afro.
afro. And now we know. Had I
Well, if you
only
think
had an
about it,
afro.
you do have the curly hair. Yours is just longer. So like it could be, but just really long.
It's
You
a
know?
softer curl.
Yeah.
We saucy today. Alright. And then, I mean, in a better art program, we would go and we'd make like shadows on the water. We don't have that luxury here. So we're going to mist the water underneath the lumps. I'm going to take that exact same blue, but I'm going to go the tiniest bit darker with it. So I'll give
I
you...
tried to catch some fog the other day,
And you missed.
but I missed.
I'm now going to take... no, that's the wrong blue. I'm going to take this blue, the darker blue that I just put on the canvas for you. I'm going to go to my canvas layer. Again, use a nice big old soft brush with like 20% opacity. I'm going underneath the lumps. And I'm going to draw some lines to make some shadows under the lumps.
Oh, we're doing shadows. Okay, hold on.
Yep. I'm adding a shadow. I'm just going back and forth under my lumps. The reason for that is using the soft brush will naturally feather out the effect that you're trying to achieve here. And if you keep going back and forth, it'll create a nice dark line underneath your what's this called? Underneath this, the lump, lumps.
The
things.
Heel, the land.
The land heel. Thank you. Words are so hard. Oh my goodness.
True. It's very true.
I'm gonna do that right here. I'm shrinking my brush a little bit so I can really get underneath these rocks that I created. University is underfunded. We can't afford shadows. That's not true. Don't listen. That's not true. We're doing shadows in the water.
Our university is of high caliber, and it would even make the strictest helicopter parent proud to get enrolled into university. I will have to write you up for this behavior. Please go to the office and you'll talk to a counselor there.
You're gonna talk to the dean.
The dean. Shadows in this economy? Yes. Absolutely. What I just did was I took that same blue and I lowered the opacity to 28% and I clicked and I constantly held to draw this additional shadow out on the water. I'm drawing just a little bit more shadow, just making like a soft fuzzed area along the water and by my hills behind the lumps. I'm adding in just a little bit of shadow. Now, what I'd like to do is also add in a shadow of our cabin. So this is all being drawn on my canvas. I'm going to take the dark brown color we used for our trees, and what I'm going to do is, again, using that fuzzy brush, I am going to, right on this lip of shadow I made, let me delete these colors so you can actually see where my cursor is living. So I've created an additional soft shadow right here in the middle of the lake. Or in the middle of this, like, water. Okay? On my canvas, on the very back layer, I'm using a nice soft brush. Opacity is like 16. And I've made the size like 46 or so. I'm going to mimic the shape of my cabin in the water very softly.
Oh.
I'm mimicking the shape right here. And it's okay if this lovely cabin is really wonk. It can be waving, it can be a little off, and we're gonna actually add some like water lines into it so that it looks like this is a reflection from above. Oh no!
No, it's I'm messing with layers. We're fine. We're good.
Okay.
I'm combining layers. I'm trying to make it better. Yes, it's good. We're good. Do not panic.
Okay. I'm just waiting for my stuff to stop lagging, and then I will
because I'm messing with
continue.
layers. Sorry. It's my fault. It's my fault. Okay.
I will wait until you're done, and then I will continue. So we're trying to create the shadow of our little dude hanging out there in the water. On the little, on the extra lip that we created using a very soft, shadowy brush. Okay. I'm gonna try and fill it in with just enough color. It doesn't have to be perfectly filled in, but I do want it to be even as I can get it with the limitations of the brushes in this tool. Okay. I'm also going to go in and grab the same color we used for our glow. And I'm gonna add in my window. But I'm gonna make it longer than it normally would be. I'm not making it a circle, I'm making it like a long window. Long window shadow. And then the last part, there's two parts to end this like shadow in the water. I'm gonna grab our darkest faded gray blue color that's like the mix in between the shadow under the hill and the light mix halfway between that. I'm just grabbing this halfway color, and I am coming back over the top of my little shadow of the what's it called? Of the cabin, and I'm making a darker version of the snow. We're only catching the front of the reflection, so it'll be a little darker in our reflection under the water. Okay? So that's part 1 of 2 to finish out the reflection. The final one is actually going to be taking our watercolor. I'm just grabbing the color from the water itself. I'm going to use an inky brush, unless do we have a smudge tool? I can't remember if we even have a smudge tool. I don't think we do.
No, I don't think we have any blending or smudging.
So I'm going to use a size 12 soft ink brush, and I'm going to come through and make these little lines. I'm just drawing funky lines on my background. It's supposed to be like waves. You would smudge this in those directions if you were using what's it called? If you were using a different tool. I'm then going to come over it with like a 70% opacity soft brush. Do the same thing, just blending it with a soft brush out towards the middle to get as best of an effect as you can, again within the limitations of the tools. Just to make it look kind of like it's rippling. Bob Rosty, welcome. Very nice, very nice. We can add more shadow onto this if we wanted to, by adding your mountain reflection in the water, but we're gonna keep it nice and simple. And on that canvas layer, the final thing we're gonna do is just grab a bright white, the biggest brush you can, in a soft brush, at about 50% opacity. From the edge of your dock, what you're going to do is you're going to make a big long swoop. Just one oblong shape of white, and you're just going to keep filling it in to make the front portion, the one closest to the dock, really bright. That is all we're doing. making this front part bright, and everything else you can copy your watercolor and you can fade out the rest to be super soft and fade away. Yeah. Just a little shine on your waterfront. Adjusting the opacity to make it gentler, to add in that subtle layer of shine on the water. You could go through and add more dark shapes to mimic the rocks or the trees on the opposite side to create a true reflection, but this as it stands is the simplest end version of our landscape.
Ooh.
Look at it! I know, I miss Mari too. Mari's internet died halfway through. There are a few other effects we can add on top of all of this to just be fancy. I'm gonna take my lump shadow, I'm gonna merge it onto the lumps. I'm gonna take my trees, I'm gonna merge them down, and I'm gonna merge everything onto my canvas so that I have one final new layer. I now just have 2 layers, and I'm gonna call this Snow. The final thing I'm going to add on top of everything, aside from maybe going through and adjusting some glow here and there if I really wanted to, is I'm going to take this light white blue color, this one right here, and we're gonna use a scatter effect. Where is it? I gotta find it. It's splatter. Splatter brush. Make it the biggest brush we can. And I want the flow to be minimal. Ugh. Give it a lot of jitter. Hang on. I gotta get the right effect for me before I can give it to you guys. Why isn't it randomizing? Maybe scatter is not what I want. Maybe this one? No, it's gotta be scatter. Scatter's the only one we got. Alright, all I'm gonna do is in the very front foreground, all over this canvas, I'm gonna add in little sparkling dusts of snow flurries. Just little flurries here and there on my new layer, and we'll adjust the opacity of them. I'd like them to be a little more randomized, but this dang thing is not giving me the random that I'd like. Little flurries. If you want to draw them in manually, you can. The goal is to have a few bits and pieces floating about in the air, around your trees, around your rocks, to bring everything together. And we don't really have... We have some blending. I'm going to take the layer... There's a little arrow toggle in the layer menu where it's right underneath opacity. It says normal. You are going to change it to... No, that's not right. That's not right either. That's not right either. There we go. Luminosity, and then drop the opacity ever so slightly to just be little sparkles in your environment. Sparkling of light across the canvas to bring it all together. I've tried, poor Mari. We didn't have that many steps left. You were almost done. I'll give you your canvas so you can finish your art when time allows you. And that's it! That's our beautiful creation!
Yippee!
Whoa.
What do you guys think? Did you have fun?
I always like doing art with the friendos.
Yeah.
Those of you who were able to hang out with us, the apple for the teacher. Thank you for the apple. What you guys can't see, let me go to... Hi and welcome to D! How's it going? We just finished our beautiful landscapes! Mari's internet died, unfortunately. So hopefully everyone will be able to post their stuff later, and we'll get the update from Mari as Mari is able to update hers. Thank you for the cheese. Okay. So I'm gonna take the where is it? I'm gonna look at my canvas. Where's my canvas?
Snow added.
I want you guys to see this. The parts that y'all can't see. Off to the side. We have been goofing off of the side.
Oh, scooping off?
Yep.
Us? No.
No, you don't
never.
think?
No, we
You
would
don't
never.
think?
We are
Look.
innocent.
Really?
Yeah.
We got some beautiful nonsense. Oh no!
It definitely wasn't. It wasn't me. Definitely wasn't me.
Never, Isla.
No.
This
no,
is what
I'm a
was
good
happening in the
woman.
background. I'm gonna zoom in on this so you guys can see the shenanigans. Internet eating squirrels.
My squirrel. That's squirrel slander.
The squishel has escaped. Nimzord. Who's this dog?
Is Abby? She was
No.
eating my shoes during the break.
Oh, she escaped! Look at this. This is what's happening in the background. Tree texture. You texture. These are so cute. This is what the real shenanigans are. Now you know the secrets. Behind the scenes secrets.
We've
Good
been
stuff.
exposed.
You done got
Exposure.
exposed.
Can't
What are you
believe
gonna
it.
do? Betrayal of the highest order. Betrayal. So, any of you who are interested in doing a project like this, either on stream with your community or otherwise, I highly recommend using Magma Studios Magma board. It's a lot of fun. Please check it out. Go do art with friends. Go do silly doodles with your community. Like, in the future, something D is going to do is I'm going to open up a board with just one massive layer and allow my subscribers to come and doodle on something silly with me, because I thought that would be really fun. To just let you guys draw if you wanted to. This is so pretty. Are you proud of what you created? I'm gonna do like a showcase on my board. So this was D's. You guys saw D creating this little monstrosity. Let's go and zoom in on some of the other beautiful canvases that you have not been able to see just the pure entirety of their awesomeness. Let's go look over here. Let's check out Kai's art. We're gonna zoom in. Enhancing the art. Look at that. Look at
I
that
got
beautiful
deer.
landscape.
I got bird
You got Bird. Where's Bird?
is on the tree.
Bird on tree?
We got
yeah,
bird.
deer in
Nice.
the distance,
Distant
and
deer.
hamster behind my big
Do you
old
see him?
head.
Hamster?
Not hamster, not
Squirrel!
hamster. Squirrel.
Look at that.
Squirrelay.
Gorgeous. I can move. You guys don't have to move yourselves. I'll move the canvas. I just lift it up. You don't have to hide yourselves. I'll move the canvas.
I'm hiding my snacks.
Hiding yourself.
You cannot see what's under this
I'm eating in
not
class.
suspicious beret.
Non-suspicious? The fact that you called it non-suspicious makes it more
No,
suspicious.
no, no.
though, Fran.
You gotta. You don't trust Fran. Fran is 100% trustworthy.
Yeah.
Look at
Nothing
this.
suspicious just because she said.
That's a
Fran
trustworthy
Jan's
brain.
beautiful art. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, I love that
Fran,
cabin.
I
This is
have to say,
gorgeous.
you've
Right.
experimented
That's the
several different ways with the trees. Love to see it.
This is so
Like
cool.
Yeah.
just playing around is so good.
This is so good.
I spent too long on the trees. I gotta be real. I missed so many steps because I was working on those trees.
But I'm glad that you had fun with it. That's the point. Have fun.
Yeah, add some trees.
Make
oh
tree.
no.
Scooching on
Or
over.
no.
Checking in on Isla's masterpiece.
I mean,
Look at that.
it's-
Yeah, look at
This
those
is
trees.
Beautiful.
This is beautiful.
Look at those
I
trees.
love the way you did your snow. My stuff would not cooperate. I could not get snow to work for me. Look at that cabin in the distance, the little smoke coming out of the chimney. This is so serene. It's beautiful. Look at that.
You know,
It's
honestly,
lovely.
so contradictorily, having a brush with a hard edge actually helps me quite a lot more with painting.
Oh,
I
yeah?
don't know if
Oh,
that's
yeah.
something that you guys would want to like play around with at some point, but like
Oh?
painting with square brush or like a little triangle brush or something.
Triangle
It
brush.
yeah,
Mhm.
it actually it help because you can't be like, well, this shape is kind of like this, and you. One of the things with art, like especially with illustrations and stuff, if you have nice crisp edges, your stuff looks more finished. Like just, I don't know, it's a weird effect.
Oh?
Yeah.
Make it
Okay.
crispy?
Yeah. Actually, let me do
Put
a
it in the
doodle
oven.
here.
Where are you
I will
doodling?
provide evidence. Hold on.
Are you
This will
doodling on
be-
your canvas or where, so I can show it to the audience?
underneath the apple.
Okay, let
probably.
me zoom into that spot then.
Okay.
Let
So
me
let's-
show
let's-
it on the
Let's
board.
do an experiment, shall we? I want to show.
I have
Let's
to
see.
find where you're drawing. Okay, experimenting. There we go. Now we see. All right, experiment away.
Okay, so we're gonna make a cloud. Clouds are nice and puffy and stuff, right? So you do like one of those, and
Yeah.
then you gotta add some shading, right? So you
Mm.
do like this. It'll look like a cloud, right?
Yeah.
But then if you grab, let's grab this one.
Okay. Make a nice hard line. Which brush was that?
This is the sharp horizontal.
Sharp horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Huh.
And like, just based on that, which
Oh.
one looks more finished, done?
Okay.
Do you think?
Okay, I see what you're talking about. That's really cool.
So, alternatively, if you like using a soft brush, what you want to do, you want to make sure that your edges are nice and crisp. So you take an eraser and you go through and you just clean up your edges a little bit.
Oh, that's
So, like,
really neat.
Both methods work, but edges are where it's at.
But-
like especially with like illustrations and this kind of thing, having separation between your stuff is very important.
So keeping it crispy is the key. Now you will know. Thank you, Isla, for that art tip. For those of you who don't know, I am not an artist. I am just guiding everyone through the
Could have
tutorials
fooled me.
because D is super ADHD. I'm not HD. I'm ADD, which means I can pay attention to a bazillion things all at once. My ability to multitask is the only superpower I have. So I can teach
We all know
people
this is
along.
false, but we will
with
allow
the-
her to continue to believe what she desires. It's fine.
I can
She's
teach people
coping.
along
This is copium.
with the it's not copium. I can teach you along with the tutorial because I can balance doing all of the things at once. Like right now, talking, listening, comprehending, and moving these things live for your enjoyment. Now, that's the
I
only
cannot do all
reason that
those
I'm an
things.
instructor here, is because I can balance doing all the things, but I am not an artist by nature. So, today we learned...
I can't accept that I'm a good singer and an artist. Oh.
I'm not! I can't draw natively. Anyone can follow a tutorial. Anyone can look at a tutorial and do the things, but I just so happen
you
to be
know
able
what,
to
though?
walk people through tutorial, talk to people, listen to you guys, watch chat, and move stuff around live for your entertainment. So that is why I am the instructor for this course, and that's the only reason.
This is why Dee is the headmistress of the talented boys and girls and they-thems university.
I really like this advice for sharp edges, though. This is the memory of Mari out here in the wilderness. Mari,
So yeah,
I'm
with-
so sorry your internet died. I'm so sad about that.
Going back real quick to the cloud tutorial. What I'm saying, where you just use a hard edge brush,
Yeah.
this is not for everybody. You will find your
No.
own way to do art stuff. Like if you want to use soft brush, that's fine. Just clean up your edges a bit. It's fine.
Clean
Just
your
find what works for
edges,
you.
or else.
Wash your rice.
Wash your rice.
Oh, Kai has ascended.
Kai is ascending. The Leem Zord has become Ultimate Leem Zord. Ultima Leem. Ultima Leem, what is your wisdom?
Eat your veggies.
Eat your veggies! You heard it here!
Do I have to though?
Yes.
You do. Leem Zord
Is
says
there an
so.
exemption?
So now you know. If you feel like your art doesn't look quite up to snuff, consider ensuring that all of your edges are sharp.
Yeah.
So saith Isla.
Separate out your objects.
I would love to see, Isla, if you could teach us how to do that on like small scale stuff in the future. Would you be comfortable either teaching me and see if I could pass it on, or teaching us some tiny art tricks and we could do like a small project in the future together?
Honestly, I would like to do a paint along sort of a thing in future. I think it would be super nice.
Isla Art School! Yeah! Fran, you're hiding. Come back up. We want to see your beautiful face. Thank you.
Pardon.
Fran is locked in. Oh my god, what is this pole? Stop! You dang goobers, I didn't even see it. You done got me. You done got me. I'd be curious to know if that stuff works for shading too. Like doing the sharp edges, does that also apply to when you do shading?
Depends on a lot of things to make it not super complicated. Texture is important, but also like if your edges are clean, the interior is a gradient, whatever, like you can do whatever on the interior of your shapes. Your edges are clean, like you can tell the difference between the objects and whatever. Nah, it doesn't really matter.
Ooh.
So here's the thing about art though that's so exciting. All of the ways of doing things are viable. They're good.
Everything is good.
Everything is good.
Everything is awesome?
Everything is cool when
actually.
you're part of a team. This is really cool. Well, all right. Are you happy with your creations?
I'm happy with Mari's creation.
Yeah.
She was doing
Mari
so
was the
good.
greatest.
Mari did so good. I hope that your internet will let you get to finish your beautiful art. But if not, in the future, we'll do non-landscape, small-scale things. But I hope that you guys will be able to use these landscapes, potentially, if you want to theme your future content. Let's say you have a room with a window. You could put this and blur it outside your window, and bam! Now you've got a winter theme!
Let's go.
You can also do
Alternatively, if you have
karaoke in
a-
the woods with a snow effect on top, or you can use this as a future overlay background. I hope you have fun with what you've created today.
If you have picture frames in your room background,
Yeah,
you can be
can
like,
hang it
I
up."
painted this.
And you can put it in your background!
Yeah.
I actually think I have that in my current room. Let me check. If I take
Are you gonna hang up art?
if I take my board, put it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have picture frames in my background.
Let's go.
I could totally hang it up there, but I think I'm going to use it as like a landscape. I might put it outside my window so it looks like we are somewhere, and then I'll make snowfall for the winter season.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for participating in our lovely little art class. This ends our art class for the day. But a quick right to left. Kai! Do you have any fun things happening the rest of the week?
Sleep.
Sleep! That's right. Otsukare-sama deshita. You've worked so hard.
My brain turning off.
It's sleep time for Kai. Thank you for sticking it with us. Oh my goodness, longer stream than I wanted. I'm so sorry. We'll wrap up quicker. Fran! What do you got going on with the homies this
Jeez.
week?
On Friday, I'm hosting a Among Us collab, yes, in 2024, which you might see some familiar faces.
The Queen of Collab returns Friday, Friday! Isla, what are you up to the rest of the week?
Breathing.
Breathing! Let's go!
I don't know. Normal stream stuff. Doing a collab probably with this one here.
Aw, yeah. Aw, yeah. Aw, yeah. Mari, I know you're out in chat, but is there anything fun that you're doing for the rest of the week so that they can catch our favorite palace cat on the internet? You didn't get enough Mari. There was not enough Mari.
Accurate.
How do we obtain more of a Mari fix? How? What's happening this week? Let us know. If you can still hear me. Actually, wait, does Mari have her schedule up? I could go look. A mini subathon on Saturday? Mini subathon Saturday, Mari! Subathon Saturday with Mari. And Dee's just gonna be a silly bean. We're gonna go and raid into Mally because Mally is doing Minecraft with the homies and we haven't raided this cute sprout in a while. Mally is adorable and amazing. Another awesome artist that drew and rigged their own model and they are doing their birthday subathon. They're on day 106. Oh my gosh.
Wait, what the heck?
Yeah.
They have kept that timer going forever. What the crap? Support the sprout. You'll be able,
simply perish.
You can find more of D here in about 5 hours. I will return for more D.
Oh, heck yeah.
Thank you guys for coming to hang out with us. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your D. Best hat, Isla. Wait, I need to move down so they can see you. I'll go right here. Oh no! Left click. I left click. Dang it! Left click.
Ears.
Left click. Left click! No, left click! Thank you, cuties, for coming to hang out today. I hope you had fun. Giant eye on the window! Have fun with Mally. Grab your raid message raiders and get ready to